So the big question is this. How entrepreneurs like us who have been breaking with old beliefs, like the idea of holding a 9-to-5 job and living paycheck to paycheck, taking a lifetime to reach business and life success as the only option we have? How do we grow our business in a way that lets us highly service our customers, getting our products and services and the things that we believe in out into the world without diluting our life but enhancing it and taking the journey of internal and external growth? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. Your host is Marina Simon, and welcome to 10 Exit. Life and business as usual? Never again.
Hi guys. Okay, just listen. Can you listen? Man, there's the rain falling now like nobody else's business. There's like, the sky is just highlighted. It was hard to even listen through all the noise. It's beautiful. I'm mid Aruba. The palm trees are moving left and right. And it's a very beautiful scene. I don't like hot particularly. Many people like it. I don't. I like cold. And thanks God the rain is bringing some change of weather. So, hello. It's so nice to be with you guys. So today I just had this realization. And it has to do with the level of how can I say that? The level of havingness. How much can I have? How much do I allow myself to have from the products I give and the service I give to my ideal customer? I don't know, recently my viewpoint has changed 360 degrees, and I tell you something that I've observed. I don't know if you guys have observed this. Your products or people that deliver high quality products that are really solving customers' lives in many areas of life sometimes are almost given away or charge very lowly compared to the value that it adds, right? And then on the other side, you have products that are not so good and are really, priced high, and people buy them. So the 80-20 rule applies. For those of you that haven't heard my recent podcast, just go and listen to the 80-20 rule, meaning bottom line is that there's a certain amount of population, like 20% of your population will spend 80% more than the rest of the 80%. Meaning, you better have a high-ticket item or service. Do not assume that your customer is equal, because he's not. 20% of your customers are willing to pay 80% more for what you're selling your product today. That makes you to think. I give you an idea. If you want to make $1 million, let's say that you're selling courses. Let's talk about, information, soft copy products or service, right? If you want to make $1 million, you have to sell 1,000 courses or 1,000 services or 1,000 products of $1,000. 1,000 times 1,000 is 1 million, correct? So if you do your numbers, you can really set your target depending on what you want to do in the year. You just put a number daily, and that's your target every day, right? But it makes it palpable. It makes it touchable. Now, if you're selling a product of $100, $97, right? And that's the only thing you're selling to your ideal customer, or the only service you're giving, which then it ends there, your adventure with your customer, right? Doesn't matter what industry you are. Because a customer, as you know, when you give them something, they have a new problem. But if you solve that problem, then you have a new problem to solve. And you walk with your client or ideal customer with them in a journey, right? So you don't lose those customers of yours, but continue to provide value to them and carrying them with you in a more ideal scene. Make sense? So that's why there's a value ladder service or product. You take them by the hand. You start by something that pulls them in, right? Gives you their email address. You give something to them in order to get their email address. You sell them a very, very basic, value, but that is 10x the value of what they're paying. Let's say that you sell them $100 product or service, right? But you 10x the value for them. Do I explain myself correctly? So basically, your product or service is worth your client 10 times of what they're paying. I'm going to give you an example. Let's say that you have a bottle of water that costs you 99 cents, and you're in the middle of the desert. People are dying to have, a bottle of water because they have been lost for a while. That bottle of water, market-wise, costs 99 cents. But if you ask them how much are they willing to pay for that bottle of water, they will tell you, if they have been walking for the whole day and no water at all, they will tell you they will pay you $1,000 for that bottle of water. You understand? So it has to be 10x the value for your ideal customer. Okay, so I'm kind of diverting into a different road. But basically, you get your customer to travel with you on a ladder. Right? You increase the value, you increase the price of the product, and you start walking with them on high ticket items. So you gave you give something for free that is valuable for them in order for them to trust you and give you their email address. Then you sell them something not so expensive, $100, right? And then you take them to the next product. Maybe you sell if you deliver excessively amount of value, they will pay you $500 or $1,000, right? And then you continue to walk on them. My point that I'm trying to make here is the importance of high-ticket products. For you and for them, it's a win-win situation. If I'm selling products of $50 and that's it, what I'm selling, the volume I have to send is significantly high. But if I am selling, I'm going to give you an example of a very high-ticket product, but I want you to start thinking with it, no matter the industry you are. Do you know how much are the mastermind meetings of different industries? Meaning, a very, very selected group of people come together with a guru of that area, quote unquote, somebody like you that knows expertly your area and become an expert really on your area, and take 3 days intensively of delivery. I tell you how much people are paying. They start paying $25,000, and this is 20 years ago. $25,000 for that group. Then somebody came crazy. In fact, you know what? They start paying $5,000, I remember. Then somebody was crazy and they start paying $10,000 for that inner circle or mastermind group. Then somebody went really crazy and started selling it for $25,000, And I'm talking about 3 intense days and of course, continuing value or service on whatever they need. And then somebody went crazy enough to ask for $50,000 for an inner circle or master circle. And then somebody went excessively out of their mind, crazy, loopy, and they charged $75,000 per person for that group. And nowadays, people are paying $100,000 for an inner circle. And I'm not joking with you, it's 3 days of constant delivery of the different industries. I hear an example and it blew my mind. There was a lady, listen to me, and there's 2 examples. One is colonics and spirituality. Do you guys know what colonics is, right? Somebody crazy or very expert on her area created something that is colonics attached to a spirituality. She charges for a weekend of that $20,000 per person. There's another person that reads poetry and like put it together with life, right? A lady, very, very expert on her area. They pay her $95,000 per person to spend a weekend on her house reading poetry and tie it to everybody's personal life and creating poetry. I'm just telling you, every customer is not the same. It doesn't matter in what industry you are. 20% of your customers are willing to pay 80% more of the price that you're charging them for that product. So, just a little bit of food for thought.
Thanks for joining us today on 10 Exit. Life and business as usual, never again. We love always hearing from you. Please feel free to send Marina an email, marina@marinasimonbrand.com. Your input and comments are always welcome, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And if you like the podcast, you can always subscribe to it. Remember, the best way to predict the future is to create it.